We're live, I believe. Sending data, streaming. That's so cool. Sending data, sending data. Beautiful. Alright, we're live. What does it look like? Okay. Alright, check for updates. Automatically check that you can always check for updates manually. You can check. Okay. Okay. Let's do this. So. Ooh, okay. So. I like this. So, I'll put in the corner the focus. I'll put it here for now. This will be where it goes. Little pretty little. And the main priority for this, I can actually move over my phone as well. This is fun. Oh, this is fun. Okay. Oh. Hold on. How do I resize you? Oh! It's not what I meant to do. Oh. But what I want to do is resize. Okay, it's fine. Okay, so let's go to our terminal. And we're already here in the project. So let's open her up, clear her out, just so we have a fresh start. I'm gonna put my tab here, and we're getting the hang of this for sure. Here, as in the plan / keeping the docs going. I want to have Claude open so I can chat up Claudette. And now, let's get the server. Oh, we're getting the hang of this. Okay. We're gonna open up. Good lord. It's control. Okay, let's get the dev server running. And so what this does is basically has the development server. So any changes that I'm making on the fly, I can see here at localhost. I can also go to, let's see if I can do this. If I go here to, will it let me do localhost? I don't know if it would let me do localhost on my phone through my computer. That'd be really cool. But I doubted it. Okay. It's cool. You know. But we're just gonna, we're gonna go to 192.168. So it's the same IP address that the server is running on. And as you can see, it's logging in. And give it a second. Taking a second to load. It's compiling the mobile. Just waiting. Am I being impatient, or is it just taking a really long time? I'm being impatient. No. Okay, here it is. So we're inside of our server now, or inside of the dev server. And the current thing I want to focus on is actually in profile. So we're gonna navigate to, it's in the source folder, screens, about, and there's actually, oh no, that was a lie, profile, silly me. And I'm pretty sure I already have the export data button just commented out with no functionality. So I'm gonna add it back in, boom, export data. Also right now there's no scrolling on here, which I don't really want anymore, cause, so let's open her up, and let's change that on, in, profile, let's remove the lock that prevents the user from scrolling on the screen. And just cause, and so I kind of switch between cursor and Claude depending on what I'm trying to do, but this changes, it just removed, where is it so you guys can see, overflow hidden. See, now I can scroll. It's pretty simple. Beautiful. So we want the export data functionality to, we want to build this out. I'm trying to think. So in, say, this is cool. I kind of like navigating my phone like this, but in day one, they have a bunch of export settings. So you can export data and then have all these options. And I think this is going to be super fun because before I was trying to figure out or like prototype the cycle, because right, Key is based on these 28-day cycles where you're setting your focus in the beginning of your cycle, choosing 3 daily habits that you're committing to achieve whatever goal, whatever vision you want to accomplish in this cycle. It can be as specific or it can be as, you know, internal, external, whatever it is. And with that, you're tracking, you can be tracking daily intentions, you're tracking your 3 habits, and then we're implementing that ability to capture your thoughts. First, right now, it has the ability to just capture images and some text, but adding back in the voice transcription and making it super easy for you to just capture your thoughts on the fly and be able to just, in parallel to the thoughts you're capturing, or in parallel to what you're trying to achieve, what your goal is and what you're working towards every day, at the same time capturing your thoughts and giving it this framework, would you call it? But just giving it the context for, these are the thoughts I'm capturing because this is the goal I'm pursuing. And so it's kind of painting this full picture of what it is that you are working on. And so in these cycles, think of that as learning containers is what I like to think of it as. I actually, I have to build that to be able to show you guys, but yeah, I think a big thing that I've been realizing is that, okay, so I'm just gonna make this my thought space. My thought space for today. So cycles are learning containers, right? And in it you're tracking a cycle focus cyclically. So every 28 days you are setting your focus, 3 daily habits, and setting your focus, and 3 daily habits. Right. Then daily within this cycle, so every 28 days you're setting your focus and 3 daily habits. Then daily you are setting your intention, tracking, habit completion, planking, tracking planks, which is a whole nother beast. Not beast, but that's a whole another tool that combines mind and body, and yeah, that's another part of the whole puzzle. And then you're tracking, and then you're capturing. So capturing planks, capturing, tracking, capturing, same thing, and then capturing your thoughts. So think of this as daily. So all of this is the context. I don't know if I want to make this like a bum 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 bum. I don't know if I want to make it a color. Perhaps, dare I say, we want to use what it feels like, mess around, mess around. Go down, settle down. Let's do Pacific Northwest. Oh my god, Gravity Falls. Alright, custom. Do we like that? Alright. So let's make a key. Huh, no pun intended. Okay. Colored text. Let's just add all our colors. Why not? Terra, love. Oh no. Say Ray. Sage. Like we want that. Oh, that's not what we wanted. Is that the sex of... Bruh, what are you doing? Hello? Am I crazy? Ah. There we go. There's Sage. Is that the sex attack? There we go. Okay, stunning. And we have... Oh, look at the little palette! Okay, that's so cool. We love that. Okay. So, in this one... And actually, why not bring in... Oh, it's kind of overwhelming in there, so I'm just gonna close that out. Ow. So this text is context, cycle context for agent, for key agent. Cool. This is good. This is good. We're planning this out. Do I like that? I don't love that. We'll just add some spaces, okay? Perfect. So this text is the cycle context for the agent. Every 28 days, you're setting your focus and your 3 daily habits. What are you going to do to get you to your goal? For instance, my goal, example, and then we'll go back to this text. Oh, for example. Like my cycle focus, or I'll be like You know what? Cycle context for key agent. No need for all that extra. My cycle. We don't want that. Perfect. Let's make it Terra. Nice. So, for example, my cycle focus is building key for all. That's my cycle focus. My 3 daily habits are sharing key, very vague, but intentionally vague. Because, for instance, I feel like I've had trouble getting to the point of even doing this, of sharing this and streaming this and just capturing the process, and then kind of backtracking and being able to go through it and just pull out the tidbits of like, this is what we're building and this is the glimpse into the process of like what it looks like. I'm gonna put this on a new page just so Alejandro. We'll organize all this. I'm gonna make this smaller. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so share key. My next one is avoid refined sugars and prioritize whole foods. And this one's also lenient because in the past I've struggled with being too strict with my diet and nutrition, and I think a big part of this is being the highest functioning human that I can be. This song's a little overstimulating right now. Trying to be the highest functioning human I can be and living as healthy and feeling as good as I possibly can on a day-to-day basis. And that's how I'm moving my body, how I'm fueling my body, what I'm fueling my brain with, what I'm doing on a day-to-day basis. And so I kind of finally got down that rhythm of building every day, and now it's just, okay, now you have to be sharing what you're building at the same time, because no one's going to understand what you're building if you're just going to keep this to yourself. So I'm just going to talk out loud to myself, and this is kind of fun. I really like this. Okay. Anyways, this is good fun. Good jolly fun. For so long, I feel like I just talked to myself out loud, and now I'm getting to talk to potentially nobody, but potentially there's someone out there watching, so who knows. I like this. Oh, and then my last habit, and it kind of, I mean, you can see it reflected inside of Key, which is really dope because you can build literally anything, is kind of the whole premise of this too. But okay, we'll exit out here for now. Oh, put her over here. But my third one is 3 planks, and inside of Key, there is a plank tracker. Plank tracker. So yeah, pretty fucking fun. Greater than or equal to 3 planks a day, right? And this is implemented because, I mean, I can plank right now as we speak, but I'm not going to do that right now. But basically, we know that there's a linkage between exercise and learning and mind and body, and how when you exercise either before or after you're going through a bout of learning, this is from a Huberman podcast, which I can attach to this stream, is that when you exercise before or after, it primes your brain, it releases, like, there's all the different mechanisms in your biology and your brain, because everything's connected. Your spinal cord, between what's happening in your brain and through your body, is sending signals, and it's priming it for being able to learn. And so when you plank, and there's this TED Talk I watched on it, it increases something called BDNF, which is brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which essentially is miracle grow for the brain, is what it's described as. But it I think of it as our brains are these, our minds are these gardens, right? And we are the gardener that are weeding out negative thoughts, whatever we don't want in our garden, and we are priming it for whatever we are trying to accomplish, whatever we want to do, however we want to think, how we want to live, how we want to feel. We have to be super intentional about everything in our lives, everything that we're doing and thinking. And so when you do intentional actions like planks, it is a physical and mental challenge that releases BDNF, and it's creating this perfect optimal environment for your brain to be ready to learn and primed to learn. And so this is something that I've started doing every day, because it's not only something that hasn't gotten easier every time I've planked. It's, I mean, to a degree, like, I have been very consistent, and it's cool to see the duration increase, but it's still fucking challenging. And it's just, and I'm just excited because today I did my first 3 planks in the morning when I woke up. Boom. See, look at that. Oh, so cool. Anyways, another thing is that this is creating essentially a journal of your lived experience without you having to necessarily journal everything, because it's not just the thoughts you're having, but it's what you're doing. And that's kind of the big part of it. It's how do you convert thought into action? Because for so long, I feel like I was stuck in this endless feedback loop of not ever acting. Like, I was always just thinking and thinking, and there were so many thoughts going on in my head. And it got to the point where I was just feeling so misunderstood and not really able to articulate what was going on in my head to all the people in my life. And it was just this constant clashing and friction. And so I think what's been so awesome about finally building this in public is that I feel free to just be me and free to be me. No, just build this, and it's so exciting to be building this, and it's so fun. And I think it's something that is such a gift to be able to take something that's in my mind and make it something tangible that people can use. How fucking cool is that I can use? This is so cool. And I just think it's been something that I've been trying to wrap my head around for so long, and I have struggled to put it into this universal, simple system. You have to keep it simple because there are so many different ways that people could use this. There's so many ways that this could help people, and it's trying to figure out what is the core essence, the bare bones of, like, what are the ways that this works at the very fundamental levels that it can be built on top of, and, you know, add all the different bells and whistles and fun ways that AI can do this, or you can add this tool, or build in different integrations of adding your Spotify or your Aura data or your, I don't know, my head goes in a lot of different directions, and I feel like there's so many things that are on the docket of what to build. So it's just kind of taking it step by step and starting to have people start to understand what this is, what the vision of this is, what it's capable of, what we're building. Because if you build it and no one knows what you're building, then you can't really do much. You know what I'm saying? Can't do much. Well, I can use it, and I'm enjoying using it, so. Alright, shall we get some better music on? I think we shall. Spotify. Can I control my... Oh, I thought I could control my phone volume on here. I guess that doesn't make sense. Alright, sorry, back to the focus. I got distracted. Anyways, but the last thing I'm gonna say is that, so we basically launched, here's my current, what should I make it as, like, thought space? Yeah. Heading 2. Or maybe heading 3. Dare I say. Wait. What is the... Okay. Cool. Day log, January 15th. Ugh, indigestion. Cool. So the key, thought space, cycles, our learning containers. Every 28 days, you're setting your focus, your 3 daily habits. Every day, you're setting your intention, you're tracking your habit completions, you are tracking your planks, and you're capturing your thoughts. And this one, we are going to be adding back in the voice transcription, obviously laying the expectations that as a beta user right now there is not full encryption, because this adds a layer of complexity that we are not ready for, in terms of we need to be able to troubleshoot when things are not working, because we're building this as we go. And so with that, you have to be able to, as a user, have complete autonomy over your data. So already you can go into how do I exit this? Already you have the ability to, not my journal, already you have the ability to delete your account. That deletes all of your data. But now we want to be able to export your data as well. And if we actually look on my whiteboard behind us, I was trying to figure out no. Alright, it's kind of getting hot in here. Can you see that? I can't tell if that's visible. Yeah. Well, actually, I'm a really small thumbnail, so you probably can't. But I was trying to plan the key AI feature, and I was like, phase 1 is going to be planning out the cycle synthesis artifact. Like, you're gonna take all of this information, what you've been tracking over the last 28 days, what you've been focusing on, your habits, you're capturing your thoughts, all of that, and then you're gonna turn this into an artifact that gives someone a glimpse into their patterns, a way for them to explore what they've been, how consistent they've been, the thoughts, the patterns that emerge from what they've been capturing, whether it's, you've set this many intentions this many times, and because on those days you had the greatest completion of your habits, for example. Whatever it is, that whatever patterns emerge, this is what the vision is. And I was like, okay, so we would be planning that first, and then you'll be able to chat with your data. But then I was like, hold on a damn minute. It's not phase 2 chatting with your data. That's the first phase, because it's all connected, right? The user can export their data. When you add that in, that means that I can export my data into whatever format that I want to make it, JSON, PDF, whatever it is. And then I can literally use that, plug it into Claude, and give it my data, literally add it in, give it the file, and say, here is what I've been tracking. This is you are yada, yada, yada. Give it the hat that it wants to be. Give it the key agent, AI agent hat. It's just it's all connected. It's so cool, because the user can export their data. I can export my data. I can test the model responses, which models might be better for giving certain feedback, whatever it is. I can see what is even useful for me, what patterns are emerging, because I'm already halfway through my cycle. It's been I'm on day 14. I'm on day 16. So yeah, so I've completed 15 days of this where I've been tracking these habits. And so it's what's going to emerge already, and I haven't even been tracking thoughts too extensively. So this is both a hand-in-hand thing where it's giving users the ability to export and play with their data, and just have the ability to control it. And if they're not comfortable with the current state and want to wait till this is publicly launched and their data is fully protected, encrypted, because right now it is safe in the database, but technically I could look at it, is what the case is, what the matter is, like if I need it like to be troubleshooting. But that is what it is. And so after we get the export data functionality clear and set in stone, then we're going to reintegrate the voice transcription piece with a clear data transparency agreement, just laying out this is what the current state is, this is the roadmap for how we plan to get to where we're going. And if you still want to be a part of this beta group and just kind of help us to build this out as we're figuring it out on the not on the fly, but you know, building it out as we go, then you're welcome to. If not, you're free to go. That's all for me. Ooh, my stomach be rumbling and grumbling. All right, so yeah, those are my daily intention today. Today's intention is play. Isn't that fun? Today's intention. Cool. And then, actually, 3. Kind of want to do another plank. Okay, cool. So, let's plan out this export data functionality. So we are currently, I'm trying to think of who I want to do it with. Claude or Claudie or Profile. Okay, well I guess I could plan it out quickly, but I don't really know. Alright, I'll just plan it real quickly. Right now I am implementing the data export feature in Key. Right now I'm implementing the data export feature. I don't really think I need to do this. Okay, we're fine. Bruh, I need to get the hang of this damn thing. Okay. So right now, yeah, you can't export anything, yada yada yada. Okay, is it still doing that? Okay, bet. I was like, bruh. Okay, back to you. Okay, we're good. I was stressed for a sec. I wasn't stressed. Okay. Claudie. Hello, Claude. Okay, and so, just to give you an understanding of what's going on here, I'm just gonna move this over. No, stay with me. There you go. My stomach is making the craziest noises. Ugh! Okay. Okay. Oh, damn. Okay. Let's go. Okay, so. The sun is in my eyes. Let's see. This is really fun. I have no idea. Like, okay. So, right now we are building out the export data functionality in profile.tsx. How do we want it? Oh, you know what? We will plan this. Right now, I am planning building out the Or, okay, hold on. Sorry. I know I'm all over the place. Could I use, dare I say, damn. Hello? Damn it. I thought that was gonna work. It's fine. Well, I could also just go on my phone. It's fine. I kind of like the music. Right now I'm building out the export data functionality in Key. I'm using this to be able, the purpose of this is twofold. One, giving the user complete autonomy over their data so that they can control, so that they have the ability to export their data and if they would like. Two, giving me the ability as a user to export my data and prototype giving me the ability as a user to export my data and prototype the cycle synthesis artifact at the end of a 28-day key cycle, right? Because giving me the ability as a user to export my data and prototype the cycle synthesis artifact at the end of 28-day cycle. I want to be able, I am currently 16 days into my current cycle, with the focus being building Key for all. My 3 habits are to share Key, avoid refined sugars, and prioritize whole foods, and not whole, and and what was the third one? Oh yeah, and greater than or equal to 3 planks. Okay, my current, along with my cycle focus, tracking these three habits daily. The data also consists of plank sessions, duration, and time completed, and journal entries currently limited to text and image with title. To a titled entry with text and image. Okay. Oh, there are also daily intentions, which are 1 word out of a set list of 10. This I am currently, let's plan out the export data functionality together. Trying to determine which export formats to prioritize, what would be the most useful format for a user / for me to be able to plug into an LLM and use as a baseline for finding, diving into and chatting with my data. There you go. That feels good. Oh, Rachel. Great question. Are you envisioning this as something that happens automatically on day 28 or as on-demand export or as an on-demand that you usually treat any time? For the psychosynthesis artifact, are you envisioning this as something that happens automatically at day 28 or as an on-demand export that you and users can trigger anytime to analyze their current cycle progress? Well, we are planning it. It is going to be a day 28 synthesis. Now, I don't know if it's going to be automatic yet. I think it might either be on habit completion or a button press where it's like create my we haven't yet decided or how the end of cycle flow is going to go. It may be on the last habit completion on day 28 or an explicit button that the user presses to trigger this flow. Oh, no, that's not what I meant to do. That's not what I meant to do at all. There we go. Shift enter. Do you want to preserve the temporal chronological flow day 1 to day 16, or more to have the data organized by type, all the planks together, all the journals together, etc.? Great question. Great question. Perhaps we should give the option, or dare I say, what if, great question. Do you want to preserve the temporal? What if you preserve the temporal? Perhaps we should give the option, or all journals together. Okay, wait, let me think about this for a second. Sorry, music, you're gonna have to pause. Excuse me. Let's think. What would I want it to be? Like, I'm exporting my data. This is a chronological view, but I would also want to be able to see the progression of my planks from days, like what if it was organized by type chronological. I also like the option of organizing my type but chronological. So what if we did a chronological view, structure? What if we did both? A chronological structure of the user's loggings, their intention, their focus at the top, 3 daily habits, and then a structured log of their days, include with their intentions, planks, habit completions, and thoughts, all combined in a stream of consciousness. Then in a different section, in another section, each of the different types organized chronologically but separated by types. All of the planks together, all the intentions, etc. I like that a lot. LLM interaction goal. When you plug this into an LLM, are you thinking upload, ask questions about data, upload, generate insights and synthesize automatically, upload, create the cycle, artifact, summary, reflection? Okay, when you plug this into an LLM, are you thinking? So right now when I plug it into an LLM, I am going to explore all of the above. I want to play around with the data and see what emerges. Even comparing with other data streams like Oura Ring, just seeing what ends up being interesting and useful for me to see. This will what's it called? This will set the groundwork for what we explicitly build for Key. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. Initial thoughts on format. Most LLM friendly is Markdown, human readable, so users can also read their data. Perfect for LLMs to parse and understand context, can embed structure while staying conversational, easy to organize chronologically or thematically. Most flexible is JSON, structured data that's easy to query programmatically. LLMs handle JSON really well, allows for both human and machine readability, can include metadata, timestamps, cycle, day. Hybrid approach, Markdown with embedded structure could give you the best of both worlds. Structured data with and thoughts combined. Did I mention that there's images? What's your intuition on this, and what feels most aligned with how you'd want to interact? I'm just gonna say that. There are images though, just be wary. Love this approach using thanks Claudie. Very aligned with how you've been building in public. Well, starting to be more public about it, but yes, based on your here's what I'm thinking. Recommended format is structured Markdown. This gives you human readability for you to review your cycle. LLM. Ooh, I like that. Because the whole time I've been thinking, yeah, I like that a lot. Human human readability for you to review your cycle, LLM friendly to structure for parsing and analysis, flexibility to experiment with different prompting approaches, both organizational views. You mentioned key export, cycle start, cycle end, days completed, 16 of 28, cycle overview, building key for all, daily habits, share key, avoid refined sugars and prioritize whole foods. That's funny that they did that. Greater than or equal to 3 planks, daily log, chronological stream, day 1, date, intention, word, morning. Oh, I like this. Journal throughout the day, plank at 2:30 at share key, details of track, to which there is not right now. Avoid nice. Repeat for day 2. Data by type, intentions, day 1. I like that. Then plank sessions, I like that. And then habit tracking, 15 of 16 days, love it. Plank details, do you track anything beyond duration or number? Is it just binary? Okay. Just duration and time. Did binary? Did you do it? Images for the. Do you want image images for the Markdown? Do you want image URLs and references, or should we explore embedding them somehow? For images, I am thinking that the user can either include or exclude images. Can we play around with embedding them so that the image is shown in the Markdown? Is that even possible? Well, we'll figure it out. And then since you're on day 16, you want to build the export functionality first. You can, yes, we're building it right now. Building the export functionality as we speak, my boy. As we speak. These rainy days. These rainy days are ordinary. Hello? Okay, perfect. Let's build this so you can test on. Yeah, that's what we're doing. For embedding, we have a few options. Single file, no external, works online. If that makes it harder to read. Image references with separate folder. Cleaner markdown, manageable file sizes, multiple files to manage, zip export. I like this one. Oh, I like this one. User can choose include images, embedded as folder, exclude. Default to folder structure for now. Where in the UI settings dashboard, file naming, something like key cycle, export, or let the user customize. Well, okay. Okay. So, start with option 2, folder structure for images, and build it to work with in progress cycle so you can test today. Then, bro, that's what we're doing. It's like, you don't even listen to me sometimes. I'm kidding. You're really good. Okay, so, yes, I love the folder structure. Let's not even go for embedding right now. Just include images and it downloads as a zip file, or exclude images and it is a pure markdown file with no images included. Shift enter. Shift enter. 1. Come on now. It is in the profile. Then page. There is an export data button. We need to plan out the functionality for when a user presses this button. We need to plan out the functionality for when a user presses this button. Should a modal, what happens? Envisioning a modal popping up, perhaps. Modal popping up that gives them more options. It is in the profile TSX page. There is an export button. We need to plan out the functionality for when a user presses this button. What happens? Envisioning a modal popping that gives them options. To export. I'm low-key in a flow right now. Okay. Okay. File naming. Key cycle, start date, export, or let the user customize. We can determine the default name for the export while also giving the user the ability to customize the name. The images are currently be stored in a private Supabase bucket. For your day 16, do you want to export cycle in progress or wait to build? Yes, export cycle in progress. Bruh, come on. This is clean and functional. Haha. Love your approval. Modal opens. Export your key data. Current cycle only. All export scope. Current cycle only. I like that. I liked it a lot. Toggle on. Include images. Toggle on. Zip with images folder. Toggle off. MD only. File name. Export. It's default key cycle. Is that the start date we were thinking? Yeah. Oh, ow, my knee. Ah! Editable text field. Buttons. Cancel. Export data primary. Backend flow. When export data is pressed, query Supabase for the current cycle data. Cycle details. Focus. Habit. Start date. Daily intentions. That's just mine. Playing sessions, all for cycle. Habit completions, all for cycle. Journal entries, all for cycle. Generate markdown following the structure we outlined. If images included, fetch image URLs from the private bucket. Generate signed URLs, temporary download links. Create folder structure, key export images organized by day or entry. Zip everything together. If images included, just return excluded. Just return the markdown file. Trigger browser download. Questions to nail down the implementation. Image organization in folder. How do you want them named and organized? Images. Day 1 journal entry. Images. Good question, good question, good question. How do you want them named? So, there can be multiple images per journal entry. So either maybe something like day title 1 open to suggestions. How long? Just long enough to or persist. How long should they be valid? Just long enough to download or persist in the export? Hold on. Ooh. If images include fetch imagery, generate signed temporary download links, create. How long do they? Actually, yes, come on now. No! Since the images are in private, we need assigned URLs to access them. I was asking whether we generate signed URLs just long enough to fetch the images and build a zip. We're not long enough if we needed them for something else, but it sounds like we need them to temporarily. Yes, for multiple images, day 1 morning thoughts, day 1 morning to breakthrough, then in markdown. Journal titles cannot be longer than 20 characters. So we can go with the title approach unless this feels too long. And then we can do journal entry 1. Do journal or journal entry, maybe, I don't know. And then other than that, is there anything else we want to do? No, this feels pretty good. This feels like a solid plan. We are going, let's create a strategic implementation planning document to outline what we have discussed. This document is going to be handed off to the build team to execute our vision. Do not get too deep into the technical implementation. Focus on what we discussed for how it should work. The development team will take this plan and see it through. They just need guidance, or they need an outline for what we are building. If you have any clarifying questions before creating this plan, feel free to ask. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm taking this plan that I've created with Claude, and I am making a plan that I'm now going to take to this Claude / this just in the actual project and build it out. I have a docs folder where I put any of these different comprehensive documents, and then you'll see how it works. But great, let me ask you some clarifying questions. Should it close automatically after the export starts or stay open with a success message? After. Yeah, let's have it stay open. A success message after the download completes, and the user can click out on their own. If the export fails, how should we communicate to us? Let's go with error message in the modal. The all you mentioned, graying it out for now. So the plan mentioned this is a feature, or leave it out entirely for this phase. All data, is that even, I feel like that could be useful, but let's focus. Right now there are no users with more than all of the current users are in their first cycle, so let's not worry about this. Just prioritize the current cycle, and we can add this enhancement when it is needed, but it's gonna come quickly. Not quickly. We discussed two main sections, chronological, stream, and organized by type. Should we include the habit tracking summary section we sketched out, or keep it? What was the habit tracking? What was the habit tracking we discussed? Habit tracking. Share key. I'm not sure. Okay. Let's keep it simple for V1, and we can always add date formatting. Any preference on how dates should appear? January 3rd, 2026. 2026. Leaning towards January 3rd, 2026. I think that there should be an active cycle. There should be. Let's see. Wait, let's see. There should be. There should be an active cycle field. I'm pretty sure. If not, we can do based on dates. Okay. Let's go with that. Let's go with that. Overview. Enable users to export their current data, cycle data as a downloadable file, providing complete data autonomy, and enabling LLM-powered cycle synthesis at day 28. Export trigger, location profile page. User clicks export data, but modal opens with export options. Export modal, export your key data. Current cycle, an only option for V1. Toggle switch on and off. On downloads as zip with images folder, off downloads as markdown file only. File name pre-filled with default. If I copy this. Export data. Okay, well, let me first read it over. Current cycle, yes. Downloads is yes. Pre-filled with default or zip if images are included. Can edit the file name. Data format uses cycle. Start date. Cancel button closes modal. Export data initiates export. When the user clicks export data, show loading state in modal. Generate export file in background. On success, display success message in modal. File downloads automatically. On error, there's an error. They did close the modal after completion without images. Single markdown file with structured content. With it. Yes, padded. We love that. You get it. Journal title from entry. Image numbers. Sequential if multiple images per entry. Love it. Cycle export. Cycle start. Cycle end. Completion. Days completed. Cycle overview. Daily habits for each day in the cycle. Intention. Journal entry. Plank sessions. Habits completed. Organized chronologically. Then we have intentions, full entries with timestamps, single completion record for each habit across all days. Export should include all data for the current active cycle. Current cycle detection, I'm pretty sure. Images are stored in there. Used throughout the export all cycles option. Yeah. Users can export the current profile export works. Yes, that's perfect. This is perfect. Can we take this and create a markdown file so I can import this into the current code base? Lovely, lovely, lovely. Look at that. It's so lovely. This thing of beauty, isn't it? Presenting files. Love it. Copy. Boom. Look at that. It's a thing of beauty, isn't it? So now, in here, we have the exact plan that we've created with Claude based on what we actually want to build and how we want it to function. And now we can build this out. So what we're gonna do, we are building, now we go back to little Claude, our good old friend, and say right now we are building out the export data functionality in the screen, profile screen. There is a button already in the component, but there is no functionality attached. We have a clear plan of attack in export data. Please thoroughly review this plan and then analyze the code base to get a clear understanding of what is currently in place. Then ask any clarifying questions you may have to feel confident to build. And when we are both on the same page, we will start building. You will create a comprehensive to-do list with check-ins, with built-in human verification checkpoints with me to make sure we are on track. Let's build. So then it's going to take what I've said and read the file. I'm going to put it over here so we have the plan, but let me close this a little bit and open back up this bad boy. We can turn the music back on because oh. Mm. Mm. I can't let you know. Mm. Mm. My nose is so runny. Mm. Can't let you go when mm, 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 mm. Looks like it's about time for me to work out, though. And we're at a good stopping point. So... Mm, mm. Let it cook anyways. Oh, so it comes back with all these questions. But I'll be back. So yeah. Good work today.